better believe I'm holding on, holding on. This is Queen Jack Easy. I hope you love it. Make sure you check me out on SoundCloud. Holding on, you better believe I'm holding on, holding on. You better believe I'm holding on, holding on. You better believe I'm holding on. All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but it's really low.
It's really low. Let's see. What about
My
now?
volume is turned up.
What about now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sistas United. What's going on? How's everybody doing? I know you're probably watching on Facebook. You might be watching on Twitter. You might be watching wherever you're watching, YouTube. We just want to say welcome. All right. Listen, Glory, what you been up to? What you been up to this
Man,
week?
today is a good day. I'm blessed to be alive. Today is a great day. I try to speak those things, in existence. It's a great day. I'm excited, to fellowship this morning. So what's up? What's going on, world? How y'all doing? It's a beautiful day outside.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Listen, we got an awesome topic. Rita, she put a topic out there that we're going to be talking about today: children, parents, uh, internet, social media. So we're going to be talking about it a little later on in the show. Um, it's one thing I wanted to bring up because in my car rides, because one of the jobs that I had, thank God I don't deal with that job anymore, but it was driving. And I had to drive from place to place, here and there, dropping off packages and this, that, and the other. And I was listening to the radio and on 102, and it's a comic on there that does this show, and I think his name was Funky Larry Jones, and then the comedian is Ali Sadiq. Okay, and he said something on the radio. He said that he did a comedy show accompanied by a couple of comedians in Florida, and then he went on to say something about the people that dress up, like Muddy, characters like that that put wigs on and people laugh at them, or men dress like a woman and they do different skits and stuff, and people find that funny. I guess a lot of those comedians are getting called out to gigs, and comedians that just come as themselves, are not getting booked as much. So he was saying that that's a problem. And why do people want to watch people who have wigs on and not being their true authentic selves? Which I thought it was just a little hate, or just, I don't have a gig right now, or it's hard to book a gig. So he was speaking out of his little insecurities. He went on to say that reality stars are not talented. Am I stuck?
No, you're moving.
Oh. Oh. So yeah, he went on to say that it's reality stars are not talented. Good morning, good morning. Somebody told us good morning. Let me fix how I said it. So what do you think about that? Do you think that reality stars are talented, or or those that dress up, the comedians, because I think that those that dress up, put on the old lady wig or put on wigs and do skits. I think that's talent. I think it's just like acting. Actors, have to be other people or whatever. Even in these comedy sitcoms. What do you think about it, Gloria? Do you think that reality stars or comedians or people that dress up and make people laugh, do you think they're gifted and talented? This young man says they're not.
My opinion is that what you see on TV is not always real. And I'm echoing. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm echoing.
Okay, go ahead.
But what you see on TV is not always real. Remember, these are actors and these are actresses, so they have a strip. Everybody has their own personality. Everybody was blessed with their own unique personality. However, I do question some of the reality TV shows. Is real reality TV, or this is something that you practice? Or is there a strip, or before you get in front of that camera, does the director say, okay, hey, I need you guys to be this way today, or I need y'all to act like this today? I'm curious on what's really behind the scenes, because some of the stuff that you see reality TV like Love and Hip Hop Love in Atlanta, or the different reality TV shows, and on these TV shows, they pretend to be one way, and then after that show over, a couple of months, these people are having regular, like when you see them again, like their relationship that they was fighting about on TV, it ain't even the same in real life. So it's like, okay, so is this real, or is this made up, or are you trying to sell something? Like, what exactly is it that you're trying to sell to the, what I'm saying, to the audience? And I question, people who want to dress up like a woman. Like, I don't know if it's for laughter, or what I'm saying, because everything has, like I said, everything have a root. So I do see a lot of men do comedy acting like a woman. Now I don't know, but I mean, I'm just curious. Like, is that the only way you can continue to make everybody laugh, by you acting like a woman, you dressing like a woman? Like, how comfortable are you to come to work every day and you get on this camera? Okay, I gotta put this wig on, I gotta put this lipstick. Like, how comfortable are you? Like, secretly, probably, is you really struggling with the ideal of you wanting to be a woman for real? I mean, I don't know, but I do
Look,
question.
Look, Gloria, I'm so with you on that because I ask that question every time. One day I found myself really, really laughing at this guy that was dressed up like a woman. But then I realized that all through Instagram, all through Twitter and all that, you see men putting on wigs. You see, I mean, they got full beard, whatever. They are acting like women. It's like,
Right.
what's happening here? And I don't agree with Ali Sadiq saying that they don't have talent. I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
did think about what you just said. Why
Yeah.
is it that that in this day and age, a person feel like they can be funny if they act like a woman? you know if you act like a grandmother, if you talk like a grandmother, if you put on a wig and pat your head like a black lady, and talk and do all of this, and what is the talent, or what is the root, like you say, of that? What's that? What's that? I ask myself, I'm serious now. Don't get me wrong, I laugh at it, but i
Yeah.
did i did notice that
Yeah.
every if you go to Instagram, It's some dudes that's on there that's just they funny. They're not wearing wigs. They just funny. They do little
Yeah.
skits. But the guys that are really getting recognition, they dressing like ladies. They like turn into your grandmother, your sister, you, you know. So that is.
Is
We
this
had
your
a
true
comment.
question?
Hey Rita. We
Hey,
had a
good
comment.
morning.
Good morning. We had a comment that says to each his or her opinion. What one person considers talent, another will not. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So we're talking about Rita. What's talent? Is it talent to dress up like a woman? And get the laughs. Is that a gift? It may be. Is it because this comedian on 102 was saying that he's a comedian. He shows up as himself and he does, he gets the laughs. But at the same time, uh, today that those that dress up like women are being, you know, called out more than comedians that come in as themselves. So do you think they're talented? Reality shows, is that talent?
Oh, that's interesting. Do I have feedback? I need feedback. Um, well, I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, but I know, like you said, do y'all hear the feedback? Hello. There you go. Okay. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, I like you said. I think they're being more exposed, and I mean, to be honest, they are hilarious, but all at the same time, some people feel like as though why they can't just be themselves. Because if you have, I believe the talent is the comedian part, and the gift is being funny. That's the gift. But um, I guess all the characters or whatever, because I know some of them be like three, four, five, six different characters. I be wondering how they do all that. How many times they have to video all of that to be able to put it all back together, because it'd be them and all the different characters. But I don't know. Yeah, of course I always go spiritual with it, but um, you know, to being accepted as like Gloria was saying, like, do you really want to be a woman, or it's just that you think women are funny, or you think like I don't know, because some of it don't even some of that we don't even be doing all that, but but nevertheless, the gift part is, like I said, the talent is them being a natural person to make you laugh. They have a natural gift of being able to make someone laugh. But as far as like the different characters, as the men being females, because like you said, you can go on different channels, and you got men out there, they just make you laugh. You got women out there that just make you laugh, because you don't see it the other way around that often, where it's the women turning into men and they trying to make you laugh. I mean, I don't know if it's just something about women that the men feel like we're funny. I don't know. It's an interesting subject to actually dig into. I mean, that is definitely a question that I would definitely ask all the comedians.
Well, I want to say this because I'm bringing up this topic because it was a comedian, a male comedian, and it sounded like haterism to me. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like he was hating. It sounded like he was a little mad because he needed a gig, or uh, you know, they taking his gigs or whatever, or other comedians' gigs, and I know, sometimes, that little jealousy comes out of us, but it's a good question. We watch a lot of different movies, and we have a comment from Sam Hankins that says, "OMG, how can you compare Eddie Murphy playing a woman in The Crumbs or Jamie Foxx that have played women for comedy, and even Wesley Snipes. That's true. Wesley Snipes, listen, and Tu Wong Fu. Listen. Little Latin boy in drag. I'm telling you, I watched it. Oh God. Listen, I'm like this. To me, it's fair game. If you make me laugh, you make me laugh, right? Now it is some folks that got some issues and they have some rooted stuff behind it. I can name some, but I don't, I ain't gonna do that today. They got some deep rooted stuff that has to do with the fact that they dress up as women. Let's move on. But if we just talking straight comedy, all of it's funny to me. If you not dressed up and you funny, you funny. If you're dressed up and you're funny, you're funny. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you. On Instagram, I replay a lot of those videos because they are hilarious. So boom. Pick me,
And
pick me.
this didn't just start.
Yeah,
This been
exactly.
on.
You know
Like
what I want to
Hmm.
say?
Marketplace, Shanae. I mean, this stuff been going on, but it's like right now it just seems to be, like a new type of exposure, but it's been going on. That's probably where it came from way back when. Cause like I said, Marketplace Shanae, that's old, like real old. It's ancient now.
You know what, Rita? I just want to piggyback off what you said. I know it was Queenie. She say Wesley Snipes, Eddie Murphy, Martin. Okay, let's just. I mean, like, let's just really let's think about this. These people been relevant for a very long time, right? Now we know there are directors and there are promoters. There are people who write these strips, right? And we know what sells. Okay, homosexuality sells, right? It's what everybody is into right now. Okay, if Eddie Murphy has to act like a woman and put on a dress to keep his career um prosperous, or to keep him relevant, you're gonna put on this lipstick and put this wig on so you can keep getting this money. If you're gonna be relevant in the media, I need you to look like a woman because this is what everybody wants. This is what's making everybody laugh. It's what's making you money. So if you don't want to put this dress on, now you remember that contract that you signed, that whatever the strip is, whatever is being directed to you, then this is what you have to do. Because in this contract, I mean, I don't know if you read the fine print, but this is what you signed up for. However, black men are being targeted in this industry, where they have to act like a woman, look dress like a woman to be relevant. You know what I'm saying? And people talk about this. Jim Carrey has talked about this. A lot of actors have talked about how there are certain directors, Hollywood. These people are putting things together so they can keep homosexuality relevant. It's destroying a lot of people insecurity within themselves because they have to be somebody they're not, just so they can keep making money in their career.
Okay, I want to say this. That may be true for Jim Carrey and a lot of white actors that have had Patrick Swayze put a dress on. Just want to throw that in there. But um, Eddie Murphy, I'll say Raven Simone because Raven Simone did a multiple character skit. They usually used to. It's kind of like a one man or one woman show, right? So I can say some of the comedians are creative, not in the aspect of I'm gay, but a lot of in black families. Let's go into the hood. Let's go into the household. A lot of comedians came out of a household where they were always imitating life. You hear a comedian, you know, always talking about black culture. We laugh at black culture. Go out there and get that switch. My grandma say, so it's like some of them have deep seated, rooted stuff. And being on stage doing comedy gives them that stage to that alter ego, to that personality. Some people just have a gift. Like you think about Saturday Night Live, you think about In Living Color, you think about how they're able to create different characters. So I just think it's all talent. Some of it may have some deep rooted stuff going on, but I think it's talent. I think it's a talent for a person to be able to recreate themselves into another personality, to be able to it's just like, I mean, it's acting. When you watch TV and you watch Denzel, every movie Denzel has played in, you see him as that character, not as Denzel. you know? So I think it's just a part of being gifted and talented. You know, I find myself and see myself as a gifted and talented person. right? So sometimes, I'm gonna dress up. I'm not gonna do a dude because I'm just not good at doing a dude's part, right? Maybe an old lady. I'm gonna dress up like an old lady and I'm gonna talk about biscuits or something. I'm gonna do little skits because that's a part of like Sam Hankins just said. It's entertainment. But I really wanted to have this discussion because that comedian Ali Sadiq was upset. He was upset because he felt like these people have no talent. Reality shows. Let's just talk about that before we go into our topic. I just want to drop some about reality shows. Some reality shows are reality shows, but some reality shows, they throw drama in there, they throw mess in there, they put two people in one room that can't stand each other so they can fight, all kinds of stuff. So we got Vita on here. So
Hey, I let
with
I let
hey girl. So the way I feel about it is talent is talent. Talent is talent. You never know people truth. If that man mad, you gonna be all right in a minute. Just be mad, cause people want to laugh. If you ain't making them laugh as much as a person with a wig on, maybe you should put a wig on. All I'm saying. Boom.
Uh, I think it make
I
it
think it
more
make
fun
it more fun.
um
Um,
for the people that come as themselves, and if the people that put on the wigs or whatever and um mimic a woman or whatever, and uh and there are comedians that's not willing to do all of that, so I think it makes it more difficult for them to just to be themselves. So yeah, I don't know. Like you said, it's entertainment is all. And for those do have deeper issues or whatever, that's their business. So yeah.
That's something they have to work out between
Right.
them and the Lord. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the truth. The whys are the whys of what people do and why. That's their business. Um, okay, let's get into this topic. Rita, what you got for us?
Oh, I wanted to
oh, I
talk
wanted to talk
about the
the
this
this
social
social
media
media
thing with
thing
our
with our
um just being able, like, you got a lot of parents that are struggling with um the the children with their social media websites and the things that they do on social media and things that they think that's okay with social media. And it's just I mean, for one, there's so many different types of social medias out there. You got Instagram, you got Snapchat, you got Facebook, you got it's so many. I don't even know. I can't even keep up with them all. Twitter, uh, I'm only like on two of them, and I'm fine with that. But But then, but when you have these youths and they just into all these things, it's like they try to get away from the adults. So they get on the ones that the adults not really on. You got the Snapchat, you got um well, let me just stay right there. They can do things on there, and then eventually, the way it's, from my understanding, the way it works is that once they, whatever they write or whatever they send, eventually after a few hours or whatever, it disappears. Um, and it's just that, like, I was just trying to get some understanding or some clarification on this social media stuff with our youth. Like, is not just with the adults, but I'm mainly targeting the subject towards the youth and the things that they feel like it's okay to put on there. And like I try to teach my niece, like, it's not okay. Like, you gotta be able to be responsible. You gotta be, because like I say, eventually when you grow up or you try to get a job and they search your social media and boom, your stuff pop up and it's like, ooh. So I'm just trying to discuss on what some options that we can do to try to make our youth more, take responsibility, to know that social media, yeah, it's entertainment, but you got adults that's, they play they be child molesters behind the scene, and they put on like they're a child to talk to these kids. And as parents, I want to say, you have to monitor your children's phones. You have to monitor, see who they talking to, see what they putting out there, because they children, they do the craziest things, and you wouldn't even imagine what could be going on in your child's phone if you don't pick it up and look at it and monitor it. I mean, it's just so much out there nowadays that you have to monitor your children. That's why so many kids coming up missing, because they're doing crazy things on these cell phones. And if we as adults don't take control and be responsible for them, it's like, I'm just really worried and concerned as to where this social media gonna take our youth, because it's crazy.
Okay, something. I want to say something. Okay, this is a good topic because even now, I think it starts at home. First of all, the parents are constantly on their cell phone. Uh, no offense. But we everybody is so busy with their own business till the children are practically raising themselves. Back in the day, I hate to just go back in the day. I know we ain't back in the day, but let's revisit. Back in the day, you couldn't lock the door. You understand me? If mama was going out the house, you was going to. Am I stuck? I'm trying to see if I'm stuck. Hold on.
You good?
Okay. Yeah, family, there was no privacy. You when people start giving their children phones at age 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, I mean, just everybody, look, you go into a house, everybody on a tablet, everybody's on a cellular device at the dining room table, in the car, everywhere. Everybody's on something. You know, you can't watch because you can't watch what's happening with your child because you're too busy trying to make sure everybody like you on Facebook. You trying to make sure everybody, you got likes on Instagram. You trying to make sure your whole house, look, the devil is all through your house because you are in the bathroom trying to take a selfie in front of the mirror. Okay? I'm just being real. You are in a Facebook battle with somebody that put something contrary to your thought on you are in your, I can't believe this. You know, the reason we cannot control our kids because we out of control. I'm just saying. The reason we can't keep up with who they are talking to because we are trying to keep up with who we are talking to. Girl, get out my face. I'm on the phone. Can't you see I'm on the phone? You get what I'm saying? I used to tell people, when we stop eating at the dinner table, we messed a whole lot of stuff up. You get what I'm saying? We put a TV tray and watch and eat in front of the TV. You know what I'm saying? Everything we do is in front of some type of media. Okay. So we are training a child up. All right. So if the adults are seeking approval online, where you think your child is going to seek approval? All I'm saying. But
That's deep. That is so true. I like that because, like you said, back in the day, we didn't have. Look, I got a cell phone. I was 18. And it was some little bootleg, black and white. I had to count my minutes. I ain't had no unlimited data. We couldn't get on no Facebook. What? We can, I think we had a little MySpace or something back then, but you had to have a computer to get on that. I mean, it wasn't really like on the cell phones and stuff like that. So we had that little old school, dial up internet, it's so this day and time, it's like everything is on a social platform. Like you want to be connected, you want to be accepted by people. And then my thing is to be random people. Like you don't even know who you talking to. So even when the children do get on there, you have to be able to teach them, okay, if this is I don't know, even with friends, I'm very skeptical, even with these kids, friends these days, because you can be teaching your child one thing and they talking to, oh, this is my friend, and you're like, your friend, okay. I mean, because it's like you teaching your children one thing, but then if they commit bad communication, corrupt their manner. So if you teaching your kids one thing and they're talking to children that's not being trained or they trying to fit in with the crowd, they'll do whatever to try to fit in with the crowd. And you be like, that's not what I'm teaching you. What goes on in my house is what goes on in my house. Now, what goes on over there, that ain't my business. But what you're gonna do over here, this is what you're gonna do. But you gotta consistently and be on that, because when you stop paying attention, the enemy come right through the door. And you don't, if you're not paying attention, baby, I'm just saying, it's crazy. It's crazy.
and it's so true. It's so true because I was one of them parents um where, okay, your friend want to come over. See, we always say, we'll tell them, oh, you can't go over so and so house, but they're gonna be at school. They're gonna be at school with them. I had to tell this lady, I said, when your child steps out the house, which is gonna bring me to my next this next comment by Samuel Hankins. I told her, I said, when your child steps into the school, your child steps into about 15,000 households. You get what I'm saying? That child comes in contact with a whole lot of households. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be a proactive parent. You have to be one of them parents that knows all of his friends. You get what I'm saying? Or her friends. You got to be involved. You get what I'm saying? You know how we say, well, we too busy to go to the. I'm too busy. Uh, I'm too busy to go. Um, I'm too busy to be a part of that. Oh, I got to do this over here. Oh, I got to be at the church. Oh, I got to do this. Okay. Okay. You need to stop and be responsible for your child. You have to. You have to stop and be responsible. Okay? When my kids wanted to have a party, I say that's fine. I want to invite all your friends. They say, what? Invite all of them because I want to know them. I want to know their personality. I want to see who is influencing you. Who are you spending time with? Who are you with at the school? You see what I'm saying? A lot of parents, oh, they can't come over here. Oh, he's a bad character. He can't come over here. Guess what? Your child gonna go where they are. So you need to get you together and become that parent that knows everything. You get them that knows everybody. Meet them parents. Meet them parents. Meet the parents of the children but see, like I say, in this day and time, we always talk about we don't have time for different. So we so busy on social media. Let's move on. Okay. He said, this comment says social media is just a cesspool now. Buy your kids a flip phone That's the only way to stop your kids. Yes, it starts at home, but once your kids step outside, OMG. That's the truth. OMG.
Good idea. I
What
think
you
I'm phone.
you don't get a flip phone? Okay, Vita, you want to say something?
Now, can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a question. Let me throw out a question. So is TikTok considered a form of social media?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Because let me tell you, because
Yes.
I have a 4-year-old. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, she is into TikTok and doing the little dances and that kind of thing. And I think my issue as far as that is that I don't know if they should have, it's like I had to take TikTok off my phone because that was just where she was wanting to go. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
she knows, to look for the little black, the little, you know what I'm saying? She knows what to look for to get there. So I had to just go ahead and take it completely off my phone. But one thing I can say is that they don't put a different thing between the children and the adults. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have, sometimes with some of the social media platforms, they have like stuff for kids. You know what I'm saying, and that kind of thing. But I mean, the TikTok thing is just that's just what's got me baffled right now. You know what I mean? I mean, we've been through Facebook for years and Snapchat for years. So kind of the newest, thing is the TikTok. And it's just some of the stuff is so disrespectful. I mean, you have some, wholesome stuff on there, but majority is like disrespectful words, disrespectful dances. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know, man. That's just my comment as far as the situation is just. It just seems to me that most of the social media things are just on a not even disrespectful level, but just on a higher level that's really meant for adults. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
not even meant. It's not even a platform made for teenagers, elementary school kids. It's really made for adults. You know what I mean? And it's like really they need to go and have something for the elementary school kids. Something for the teenage. And it'll still make uh a big a big progress or whatever as far as the regular social media things. You know what I mean?
Well, I just want to say, if your child have a cell phone, a smartphone, is that the your child not safe? Period. Because I deleted TikTok, I deleted Snapchat off of every device in my house. Now let me tell you how smart my children are. My children go to Safari, right? And they just type some stuff and then YouTube pops up. And then all of a sudden my kid finds YouTube. Now those same dances that's on TikTok are now on YouTube. So I'm like, how did you get to that? Because I deleted that. So what I did was I put a block on every TikTok social media account that my kids can have access to, because it's like even kids YouTube kids. It is the stuff, the videos that are on there that these kids are watching. I'm like,
Yeah.
my
Girl.
kids, I see my children picking up stuff quicker than what they can learn from school nowadays. Like, and it's like, man, like what is this generation coming to? Your child is not safe. If they got a device, your child is not safe. If you don't know how to block these different platforms, that has their influence, then you're in trouble. Me personally, like this is something I had to pray about, because I was just seeing how much influence, even with your monitoring them, like you can't monitor your children 24/7. At some point, you got to go cook. You got to go take a bath. You got to clean this. You can't monitor them 24/7. So I just felt like if I'm going to take control, over my children with social media, because I'm very strict and I'm very, silent when it comes to what goes in my children's mind, because what goes in their mind is what shapes them, is what creates their personality. So I'm very strict on what they watch and what they do. So I feel like if I can't watch you 24/7, if I can't trust you, you already three. These are four. My children are four, 5, 9, and 3. If I can't trust you to pick the right thing, or things just pop up all of a sudden now, they pop up. So I feel like if I can't watch it, or if I can't see you 24/7, or while you're in your room and you just things just strolling, you just click on something, you know what, it just be best for me to just block it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even now, I'll give my kids, you got 30 minutes to be on this today. You know what I'm saying? You got 20 minutes to be on this today. I can't give you an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours on this. You know what I'm saying? I was so glad when my child phone got wet. I'm so happy that it got wet, because it was like, I feel like, okay, if this happened, God must allow it. It must be something that you seeing, or I'm not being able to see, you know what I'm saying, that God trying to protect your eyesight from. So, you know what I'm saying, just monitor, you have to monitor it. Like, I'm grateful that it takes a lot of strength for you to completely just take it away from your kids. You know what I'm saying? Because some people use these things to have a freedom of life, you know what I'm saying, to not be stressful with their children. So they put this in front of their kid to get their attention, but not knowing it's destroying their little mind. So, I mean, I just would say, like, be careful, you know, monitor the times that your children are on it. Like, check they, like she said, check their phones. You know what I'm saying? Like, my 9-year-old, she had an iPhone 10X Max. I'm checking text message. I want to know who you're talking to. I want to know, you know what I'm saying, what you're strolling on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just important for you to understand, like, how these things are influencing them and how it can destroy their little mind early.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But nowadays, like you said, they try to find ways to outsmart you. They got apps that are block apps, and like you said, even though you can go in and because I have a 14-year-old
Mm-hmm.
niece that I'm basically raising, and they know how once, like you said, once they be exposed to certain things, it's just like you got to find ways to look. I done took cell phones, I done took Kindles, I done took laptop, I done took, I done blocked it on the desktop computer. It's like the parents against social media, and it's like when once they of age or they're on a whole different level spectrum when you're a teenager, and it's like you go in, like you say, you go. I'm like, okay, YouTube, you gotta be careful what your kids looking at on YouTube. Just like you said, that's feeding all of that's feeding a spirit. You gotta watch what music they listen to, because eventually that music is them talking nothing about sex. So guess what? What's on their mind? The sex. Because the music they listen to, that's all it's talking about, is disgrading a woman. So guess what? Your kids think it's okay. I can put my stuff out there. No, it's not okay. So but
Yeah.
if you're not monitoring, because like I personally told my niece, I said, look, I don't listen to that stuff. This is not the music that I listen to. I don't know where you get it from. This is not the music I listen to at my
Right.
house. This is not this
Right.
that I listen to in my car. This is not the type of music that you hear that's just playing around the house. Now, to each his own, but this is not, because I know what I feed in my spirit, what I hear in my ear, it be feeding my mind. So, but then they go to school and the teacher playing it on the computer, the teacher playing it on this, or
Exactly.
and so now you got to come home, you got to deal with this. They want to listen to this music, or they listening to behind your back or whatever. So now you fight against these spirits that's feeding into their mind, telling them, drop it high, bust it back, all that stuff. All of that stuff, and they thinking, okay, I can do it too. No, you
Right.
cannot. Like, so like I said, you're dealing with all of these different things where you're trying to fit in, you want to fit in, you want to be accepted, you want to be this, you want to be there trying to fit into this day's work. I can only imagine what it is trying to be to fit in this era of this generation, because it's just so much they being exposed to. And even though I go and take, I, like you said, I'm looking for it, blocking Snapchat, blocking TikTok, blocking this, go on the computer. There's a code you can put in on your desktop computer where you can block these things where they can't even put it in there. I don't change passwords. I don't, because like you said, I'm the guardian for you. You know, I'm the one that's having to guide you when you go down that wrong path. It's a parent's job to pull that child back into place. No, ma'am, no, sir,
Yeah,
because they need guidance. They don't know.
yeah,
We have to be the ones to fight for their soul because they don't
Okay,
know.
okay, I want to say something. Okay, that that this is what I want to say. Okay, so my mother was an old school mama, right? And she did the whoopings. You know, it was a certain reverence you had for your parents back then, because it wasn't about being strict, it was about respect. You know, respect yourself, respect this house, respect your father, respect. It's a lot of things that's missing uh in today's time that um has caused people's conscience or respect level to be zero. You get what I'm saying? And it's hard when you're teaching respect at home, but when your child leaves the house, there's no boundaries, there's no limits, there's no, there's nothing to keep them in that same order that you set at home. You see what I'm saying? I heard a young lady say, and this disturbed my spirit. She said, I'm not going to raise my children like my mama raised me. My mama kept us in church. My mama was always talking about the love. And it was so strict, we couldn't do nothing. But she's a nurse, She has a good education. She has a nice home. She has all the things you need. I think that the battle that we are in now as parents is caused by a lot of things that we decided not to do because we thought they were wrong. You get what I'm saying? But it made us a good person. It made us who we are. I think that we have to deal with parents. It's a lot of things like you say, Rita. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a guardian. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a lead. You see what I'm saying? But it's some parents that won't take the lead. It's some parents that's trying to be friends with their kids. It's some parents that don't understand you have to teach your child you will never be on my level. You will never be equal with me. You get what I'm saying? You will always have to respect me. When that reverence and that fear is placed back in the household, then some of these battles we're going through, when your child go visit that other household and that child is cussing their mama out and handling their parents any kind of way and doing all of that, when you run into that in the household with your children, in the other household, their children are seeing things that you didn't teach at home. You in a battle for real. You're in a serious battle. It really is not starting with social media. Can y'all see me? Hear me? Can y'all see me? Hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's really not starting with social media. It's starting with the home. It's charity starts at home. Respect starts at home. Uh, what kind of esteem are you depositing in your children? What kind of talks are you having with your girls to where they understand to cover themselves up? uh I saw a post where a young lady, she was just on there naked, and she was talking about how confident she is to be on there naked, and she don't understand the confusion in what she just said. She just all of her stuff out, and she's saying, I'm confident about who I am. You have to see the confusion in that. but something's missing at home. You get what I'm saying? Something is missing between the parents and the child and the respect. You get what I'm saying? Because it's children that was raised to respect their parents, and I don't care how vulgar social media gets or how tempting it gets, they won't fall because they were set on a firm foundation. Just like Rita was saying, your children, look, they may be mad at how you handle them right now, but I promise you, when they get grown and leave that house, when things come at them to tempt them, you know what they gonna say? They gonna hear that. They gonna hear Rita's voice. When they get ready to raise their children, watch, they gonna hear Rita. They gonna remember what Rita told them and how to handle it. They gonna remember how to deal with conflict and how to deal with disrespect for children and all this. Let me tell you something. When we disrespected, look, now let me go in my household. My kids wouldn't clean their room. Guess what? And I had to go in there and clean it. I put a pillar in the hallway until you understand that this room, when I clean the room, it's my room. I'm just saying, so when I clean the room, it's my room. When you clean the room, it's your room. I promise you, after that, they clean that room. It's like, baby, they told me I ain't sleeping on the floor. You have to show children it's a consequence to their actions. If you don't give any consequence to things that they do, when they go out there in the world, they won't keep a job. They won't be reliable people. They won't be good citizens because they think it's an entitlement going on and they think everything has to go their way. So it starts at home. Boundaries have to be set. Hats off to Rita because, baby, and hats off to Gloria. Gloria, shut it down. Put some codes on now. Take everything and put it in the closet. Bring it down at a certain time, But we have to start back setting boundaries for our children. And we have to cut that out talking about they need their privacy. No, they don't. They don't need their privacy. Now, if they got to go use the restroom, go ahead. But leave that cell phone right there. Okay?
Look, I told her, I said, look, you ain't got no privacy, right? Because they don't know how to they don't know how to utilize their privacy properly. And you like, oh, I say, so guess what? You have no privacy around here. Your business is my business, and I'm gonna be all up
You
in
hear
it.
me?
Like, since y'all don't know how to uh take privacy as what you're supposed to do, take a bath and do what y'all, what you're supposed to do with your property. These teenagers nowadays, they on a whole nother spectrum. And you like, okay, since you don't know what to do, you ain't got no, like I said, no, I will take that door off the hinge. Don't you shut that door.
Look, let me
Look,
tell you,
give me that
look,
TV remote.
look, I'm gonna tell you something. Look, my boys, like my baby boy, he don't sag, right? He won't sag his pants. My oldest, he'll sag his pants. When he come to my house, he'll pull them up. I'm gonna tell you why. Cause I told him, I say, and it was so embarrassing. One of his friends came over, right? And I'm the queen of embarrassing you. I don't care. I will embarrass. His homeboy came over and his pants was around his knees in my house. I say, oh, you flirting with me? My son say, oh my God, oh my God. I said, he flirting with me. Leave him alone. He flirting with me. I could see his drawers and everything. He flirting with my son. Almost had a conniption. Every time a dude come over with him, he tell him, man, pull your pants up before you go in my mama house because my mama crazy. Okay, you have to learn how to be respectful. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Okay, once you decide that you're gonna do something to disgrace the respect of my house, guess what? You got to find you somewhere else to live. Well, mama ain't got nowhere to go. Well, guess
Ain't my
what?
problem.
You gonna follow the rules here, or you gonna hit that door? You know. And people don't want to. Oh, I can't put my child out. Oh, I can't put my child out. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. When I thought I was grown, and I got to talking sideways to my daddy say, you better hit that door. You better get up out of here. He said it in some other words. You understand me?
Some colorful words.
Some colorful words. And when I got up out there and figured out that ain't nobody
Thank you,
gonna buy
Lord.
my food, come on. Ain't nobody gonna buy my food. Ain't nobody gonna put up with my attitude if I'm living with them. Dad, I want to come home. Who? You want to what? right? You ain't got no home. You decided you didn't want to abide by my rules. See,
Right.
people are so scared of their children. That's what's wrong with you. Stop being scared of your children. You feel bad because you got babies by different men and all this. You feel like you owe your kids because you made some mistakes. The devil is
Is
a
a
lie.
lie. Come on.
And I want to help you today. Listen, if you letting your kids run the house, you need to take your house back. It ain't none of that. Listen. Oh well, you put my daddy out, and I'm mad at you, and I don't love you. Well, so what? I love you, and if you don't get in there and sit your butt down somewhere, it's gonna be smoke in the city. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me help some of y'all parents out there scared of your kids. Buying them Jordans and they making F's, buying them all kinds of clothes. Come on, they got iPhones and tablets and all this kind of stuff, and can't get higher than a C on their report card. I want to help you. You tripping? You tripping? She gone to a party because you and some of y'all got them daughters. You done told them, oh, you so pretty. You done start worshiping your daughters. They pretty. I gotta get a little. Let me help you. She gonna break your heart one day. You gonna be looking around and wondering why. Uh, Listen, if she ain't doing what she's supposed to do, I don't care if she looks like Beyonce
Huh.
twin. Listen. You better get her together. Cause I've seen it. I've seen daughters turn around and cuss at their mamas and treat their mama like trash when they get older. Won't even visit them. Soon as they get sick, put them in a home. You better listen. Charity starts at home. Somebody out there mad, but it's okay. You
Yes,
gonna be all
ma'am.
right. But you better stop being friends with your kids. Do
Come
you hear me? I
on.
don't care. I don't care if you had your first child at 14. You better stop being friends with your kids. All these parents taking sexy pictures with their
With their
daughters.
kids. The
Can you
kids.
tell who the mama is? No, and you ought to be ashamed that I can't tell who the mama is. You crazy? Are you crazy? They on your Facebook page, everybody telling you, my daughter, look, my daughter took a picture of me, and I know I'm fine. I'm a black woman. I'm fine. Yeah. She put a picture of me. Talking about, look how fine my mama is. I said, if you don't take that mess down, I said, I don't need nobody to know how sexy the pastor is. Take the picture down. She started laughing. I said, I'm serious. Don't play with me. I will bust you in. Listen, I'm just saying, you have to set a standard
Yeah.
for your children to have respect for you. I promise you, you're gonna be embarrassed. I promise you're gonna be embarrassed. I promise. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
You said, you know what? You said a mouthful, and
Baby.
it's serious. We gotta take control. My grandma came out here, a while ago, and we went to a family dinner, and my children are, young. But my grandma said, the reason they were like acting up at the restaurant, being loud, my son whining because he want to sit over here, just making a lot of chaos. And my grandma was like, if you beat them one good time, she said, I don't care how old he is. I don't care how tall she is. She said, you go get you some switches
Switch.
and you wet them. And she said, you wait till you get them in the bathtub and you beat they behind. She said, because if you don't whoop them, they going to keep embarrassing you in public. And she said, if you don't discipline your kids, they going to discipline you.
Yes, they
And
are.
she said, they ain't
Look.
got to put their hands on you, but they'll do things to make you go crazy.
Yes, they will.
She said,
Well,
you need to discipline your kids.
my mama has 8 of us, right? And my mama didn't have time to wait till she got home. She said, let me tell you something. Wherever you embarrass me, I'm gonna embarrass you.
You.
Wherever. And I don't care where it was. I'm telling you. We acted up at band. We was a part of the band. You know, baby, the band was the coolest thing to be in back in the day. I was not doing what I was supposed to do at school. Sister Cook came up there in a lime green skirt. She had on a striped shirt that didn't match it. She had on a hair bonnet. She walked in there, I hid behind my instrument. And somebody say, "Who mama is that?" My friends already knew it was my mama. "Oh, that's Janice's mama right there. That's Janice's mama." I said, "Oh God." My mama, "Come on here." Right there in the bed. "Come on here." Wherever you embarrass my mama at, she was going to embarrass you. That's why, and the bottom line to this conversation is you have to take authority back in your household. All of this, everybody just trying to be cute. I go right back to social media. Everybody trying to be cute on social media. Get you a picture in and all this kind of stuff. But your house ain't clean. Get you a picture in, but your dishes ain't washed. Get you a picture in, but you ain't studied your word today. Get you a picture in. But you don't know where your kids at. If you gotta call your kid on the cell phone while you in the same house, I'm talking to you.
Ooh.
Get your stuff together. You in the kitchen washing dishes, calling them, and they in the room playing the PlayStation. I want to help somebody today. Get yourself together. My son went over to the Marines, right? And he used to play this game. What's that game? Somebody help me with the shooting.
Fortnite.
So he played that. He went over there and was a marksman. Why am I telling y'all this? Because you got to understand what these games are doing. Your child in there for hours and hours on end shooting and targets and all that kind of stuff. Do you understand what I'm saying? Developing a taste for guns. I'm trying to help somebody. You, like Rita said earlier, that mind, it's training the mind, something they doing over and over again, repetitively every day, right? An hour out of every day. It's a routine. It's a habit, right? Grand Theft Auto. Oh, somebody hot as fish grease right now. Yes, Grand Theft Auto, where they pull the old lady out the car and beat her up and take her car. Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. All that cussing on the game. Oh, oh, somebody mad, but I'm just telling you the truth. These are the things that y'all training your children to do. This young man cussed this old lady out. Elderly lady, they don't like me to say old lady, but elderly lady, he cussed her out because she told him, "You ain't gonna open the door for me." He just walked out the door of the store and the door closed. He say, "You disrespectful, you not gonna open the door for me?" He turned around and cussed her out like she was nothing. But this is what we setting our children up for today. You know, we have to. Charity starts at home. If your child don't treat you right at home, guess what? They're gonna go out there and they're gonna act a fool with everybody they come in contact with. All right, y'all. We went over time. Let's wrap it up. Okay. Okay, wrap it up, Rita.
Yes. Thank y'all for joining us today. As we were saying, make sure you monitor your kids. Make sure um, you're not your children's friend because otherwise you're setting your child up for failure. You got to take some things away. You got to make them pray. You got to get in a word with them. You got to talk with them to see where they at in their mind and their heart or whatever. Do what it is as a parent, as a guardian, or whatever you have to do to guide them in the right direction. Because at the end of the day, that's our responsibility. So thank y'all for joining us today, and we will be here next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Please join us again.
Well, I just want to leave everybody with this. If you don't train your kids, there's a system that will. If you don't discipline your kids, there's a system that will. If you don't monitor your children, there is a system that is created that will. I'm talking about the jail walls. If you don't raise your children up in the word, there is destruction that will raise them. There is an enemy that will come and kill, steal, and destroy your children. So I just want to leave this with everybody who's watching. The Bible says, train up a child in the way they shall go. If you're not training your children, then they're going any way, however way they want to go. So if you love your children, then you discipline your children. But thank you for watching today's show. I hope we get to see y'all next week, Wednesday, same time, 10 a.m. Y'all be blessed.
All right, I had a good time on the show today. Listen, you gonna mind somebody. All I'm saying. All I'm saying. Get yourself together. And guess what? If y'all spare the rod and spoil a child, like Glory said, them cops ain't gonna spare the rod. All I'm saying. We'll talk to y'all later.